Hello everyone, I'm Zsolt again from Yaw VR, and today I want to show you something special. As you can see in front of me there is a cockpit, and this is the world's first fully digital mixed reality cockpit. It's a Cessna 172 G1000 cockpit and fully functional, but as you can see it's something strange with that because there is no screens, no dials. It's because it's a virtual reality cockpit, so let me show you how it works. So here I am in VR now, and in front of me there is a cockpit. So as you can see, I can see my hand, and because of that I can navigate with my hand on the screen. And if I touch with my digital hand the digital, let's say, mixture, then immediately when I touch it, I immediately feel the touch. And furthermore, what is super exciting and super cool, that if I move the throttle, then it moves physically and virtually all together in a perfect sync. But I can touch and find not just the throttle and mixture and flaps, but I can find and easily manipulate and touch every buttons on the virtual space. Every switches, every levers, the key, everything is just works. So let me show you very quickly a startup. Okay, now it's completely silent. And before I start up, let me just visualize here the yoke, because as you can see the yoke is missing. I do it with Immersive VR very quickly. Okay, here it is. So this is the Immersive VR yoke. It's not part of X-Plane. By the way, this is an X-Plane environment right now, but the simulator is compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim as well. And now I can just do a very quick startup process. As I learned, I have to say again, I'm not a pilot, so I will make mistakes, but I will do my best to start the engine and everything. So if I remember correctly, and as you can see, I can just look at the switch, because, you know, I don't see anything about the real world now. So I see just the virtual reality now. So that's why it's so amazing that I can just easily find and reach the switch and use it as in a real airplane. So I have to turn it on. I have to pull a little bit forward the throttle, if I'm not wrong. I have to keep here the mixture. The fuel selector is great. I have a trim. The trim is also working perfectly. So maybe it's a little bit slow, so we will adjust it a little bit, but working properly. And then I can use anything. So let me just turn on the main master switch and then the avionics. And basically we are almost ready to go. If I remember correctly, I have to turn on the beacon light before I start the device. And I have to turn on the fuel pump, maybe with the full mixture. Okay, so everything is set. I have to just start the engine. Okay. It's great. I don't know if you have seen, but the whole simulator was shaking as the aircraft was shaking, but just for a few moments until the engine has started and immediately stopped the shaking. I like this effect very much. And now I have to just start to fly. So I pull for, okay. I have to, of course, release first the parking brake. I forgot it. I'm not a very experienced pilot. And now we can just go, and I immediately feel the vibration from the ground, and I'm waiting until I will have the landing, or I mean takeoff speed, and immediately when I leave the ground, immediately felt that the basic vibration disappeared. I feel now just the engine vibration. So if I go back a little bit, then you will see that, yeah, you feel when the gears touched the ground, and the vibration immediately came back. But if I take off, it's just gone. So it's super immersive, I have to say. So basically, let's say our special offering is all of this stuff. So we provide a motion simulator, a 3D of motion simulator with the highest motion range on the market. We provide a fully immersive digital mixed reality cockpit, Cessna 172 G1000. By the way, this is the first model in our plan, and we are planning to create other cockpits like Piper, Diamond, and Cirrus. And if you want, so if you like this solution but you want another cockpit, just contact us please, and we can discuss, because we definitely want to make new cockpits. Even F-16 is on our roadmap. So let me introduce you our motion, because as you have seen, it's a motion simulator. It's a Yaw3 motion simulator, and it has very unique motion capability. But first, let me show you the roll, because maybe that is the most important for a flight school. For that, let me turn to the left to make it more visible. So now we can simulate, with the new motion profile, we can simulate the coordinated turn. So that means if I turn to the right, you can see the simulator tilt to the right, but right after start to going back to the vertical position. And because of that, I don't really feel the side forces. So it's like in a real airplane. So let me show you to the other side. Yeah, I feel the roll, and then the roll going back very slowly. The slow moving back is important to not get motion sickness. So I mean, if the motion is not noticeable visually, just you feel with your body, then you can get motion sickness. So this coordinated turn simulation is important for flight schools, because it's just the natural feeling in a cockpit. Alright, so let me show you a little bit the capability of the movements of the simulator. Of course, the roll is not really displayable or demoable now, because we are just moving along with the, let's say, cockpit forces or something. So the big movements are not really visible here, but the limitation of roll is plus minus 20 degrees, so altogether 40 degrees. If I want to show you the pitch, then you can see that is maybe the maximum pitch, or almost the maximum pitch forward, and this is the backward pitch, but not, I think it's not the maximum. Right, okay. So I made a little acrobatics maneuvers here. So that was the pitch backward, but the pitch backward, I believe there is a little bit more room, so maybe another 10 degrees, but maybe in a learning situation is not super important. And of course we have unlimited yaw movement. Okay, so to show you other capabilities of this kind of simulation, let me show you something, but I have to turn toward you a little bit. Alright, maybe that's great. So now I want to show you that what is happening if I'm using the trim. As you can see, we have trim. I will try to make the simulator in the aircraft in balance. By the way, it's not a simulator anymore. It's a real aircraft. So this is the, let's say, the balance situation. So if I turn back the trim, then it's going up the nose. I hope the direction is good because I'm not a pilot. If not, it's very easy to switch in X-plane. Yeah, so as you can see, the aircraft is just reacting to the, of course, to the trim. Okay, let's go back. All right, and if in this kind of situation I pull the flaps to the down, then the simulator and the aircraft is going up immediately. Alright, so that was the trim and the flaps, and of course I can make some kind of other type of dangerous situation or emergency situation. For example, what if I cut off the motor? Right, this doesn't want to stop. Okay, no. Oh, I feel the vibration. Maybe it's too much. Of course, everything can be set up by yourself. So our basic setup is really a basic setup, and you can just set everything for your taste. And now I'm just, let's say, sailing. I don't know if this word is correct for this situation, but I'm just flying without any engine. And by the way, it's a quite nice feeling because the engine vibration is just disappeared immediately. So it's another very nice simulation situation that you feel in your butt, let's say, that the motor RPM has changed. You can even feel if it's going up or going down, but definitely you can feel if the engine is stopped. Okay, let's go down a little bit to have speed for the flight. Oh, okay, the flaps is in up position. Oh, okay, the rotor is just started to moving. Interesting. Oh, maybe because of the wind. So I decreased, I increased the speed. Here you can see the speed indicator, and oh my God! I even didn't know that it can be restarted, or maybe something wrong with our no. Okay, it's quite interesting. So I have just learned here. In this emergency situation, that if I collect enough speed, or if I can raise my speed high enough, I don't know if it's happened in the real life. I have no idea. But then the rotor can start to rotate again, and it can restart the motor if I'm not wrong. So it's quite interesting. But let me just restart by myself now. Yeah, it's perfect. So basically that could be an emergency situation. And if you think about that in a classroom, it's very hard to teach and very hard to learn. In a real aircraft, of course, it's possible, but it's, let's say, risky a little bit, not so much, but quite risky. But in the simulator, it can be simulated, and by the way, it's a very exciting and very nice feeling. Okay, let me try another emergency situation when I lose the speed. Okay, maybe I will add a little flaps, and I am just tall. I don't know what should be the behavior of the aircraft. No. Okay. trying to keep it balanced. Ah, okay. Oh my god. Alright, maybe I should give a little power. Okay, it wasn't super hard. I think this aircraft is a very friendly aircraft, I believe, because it basically come out by itself from the stall. I didn't have to do anything. That was the two emergency situation, and now let me just show you the landing. I'm still over the airport, so I will be able to land. For that, I turn off the beacon. I don't know what does it mean, but I want to turn on the land and the strobe. As you can see, I can easily reach. Even here, my hand is disappearing behind the yoke, or let's say it's just not perfectly recognized. But because the visual and my hand is in sync in the virtual space, my muscle, I don't know, not memory, but muscle capability or something, can just predict where should I put my hand, and easily can find anything. Okay, I have to decrease my altitude. And what is also could be important in case of a motion simulator training, that you even feel the angle of the aircraft, I mean the angle of the bodies of the aircraft, and it helps to learn without any risk what kind of height, what kind of angle, what kind of speed the best or the ideal to reach the runway. And I think it's super useful. So basically, with our solution, I believe from now every flight school and every flight club can have a full motion simulator like at big companies, because instead of paying, I don't know, $10 million or hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can just get it around $10,000, which is a super affordable price. I know it's a high price, but compared to our competitors, it's a quite low and quite affordable price. All right, let me just start the turn. I can back the throttle a little bit more because I'm quite high and I will have a huge speed until I reach the runway. And by the way, I made a mistake. So by the way, in VR, compared to the monitor-based simulation, it's just unbelievable the realism. So you can just look out the window, you can feel everything, the distances. So I'm sure, I absolutely understand if somebody chooses the monitor instead of VR headset, because VR can cause some dizziness, but honestly, if you are sitting in a simulator, you feel the vibration and you feel the motion, then the chance for the motion sickness is much lower than if you are sitting in a static cockpit with VR headset. Then you may get motion sickness, but in a motion simulator, and it's not just about Yaw3, but about other motion simulators, the chance of the motion sickness is much less. What is special in our case, I mean in case of Yaw3, that we have big motion ranges, and the big motion range has, let me continue later. Okay. I felt that my back gears touched the ground first, now the left one, and now I landed with all the gears, and I can brake. So what is special in our motion simulator is that we have high motion range or wide motion range, and because of that, if we want to simulate a movement, we don't have to, because some other motion simulator manufacturers or simulator models has a limited motion range. And the trick here is that if you have a limited motion range, let me just turn toward the camera. So if you have limited motion range, then when you want to simulate a movement, then you have to, you can start the movement, but you have to basically immediately stop because you don't have enough motion range, and that can cause some kind of disorientation or bad feeling because you can feel some jumping movements, and that can cause motion sickness. But still, a motion simulator is even better than without motion simulator in VR. But in our case, we have high motion range, so if we start a movement, then we can keep it for a long time, and that helps to reduce the motion sickness, and it can help you to raise the immersion. So this is what we can offer you now. This is our new product, Yaw Aviation Cessna 172 G1000, fully functional, fully digital mixed reality cockpit, the first one in the world, I believe. And you can just use all the knobs and all the buttons, and you can get all this setup for around $10,000, and you can just enjoy a full motion simulator feeling and full motion simulator services for this price range. So guys, thank you very much for your attention. If you are interested for this product, if you want to try it, please contact us. You can write us to info@yawvr.com or sales@yawvr.com. We can answer all of your questions. We can discuss about the price. If you are not ready for the purchase yet, then please follow us, push the subscribe button in YouTube and the like button, and see you in our next video.